hour 20. This is a straightforward movie.
Anyways. Let's bounce around. Let's bounce around.
Thanks for hitting thanks for hitting live, Chris.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and
tell you
gentlemen.
something. Dick.
All of a sudden, I'm in a locker room, and I just take off this hair that's a wig, and it's an actual dick.
That's why they call me Dick Tracy.
I swear, Robot Chicken had me in tears on that shit.
Fuck you, Mumbles. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Time for us to go to the land of Disney, more specifically, Touchstone Pictures.
Yeah, so the movie we're talking about today, folks, is Dick Tracy, and
why I oughta energy.
So there's a multifaceted thing for me, and I think this goes again to one of the many things that jump started us making Three Black Geeks is the idea of movies that you don't really hear people in the Black community talk about a lot, but they do know of it. And Dick Tracy is one of those movies. And that's only because if you were a millennial kid during this time period, much like what we talked about with the 89 Batman, Dick Tracy got a huge marketing push from McDonald's and any other fucking restaurant at the time in a way that I think if that happened today, people would be like, what the fuck is this? But back then, it was such a normal thing.
Well, you got to think about it. We still get that now where when we look at sporting events, they're like you'd be going to commercial, all of a sudden you see like a Pontiac GTO move, go across the screen. Also, Fast and the Furious 6 now in theaters. They do that all the time, yeah. But yeah, there was something different about the McDonald's games in conjunction with the fucking with the fucking movies and shit. It's like not only do you get your fattening food, but you also get to sit on your ass and watch a good old movie and buy Disney products. You know what I'm saying?
Something I can point out about this movie is I loved the presentation, the use of color, the practical effects.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? I watched this movie one time when I was a kid. Just one.
In theaters or home video?
Home video.
Okay, so I'm the only one that watched it in theaters.
I didn't like by the time I heard about this, by the time I heard it, there was a movie for this. And yes, I was a kid, like all of us millennial kids. I always used to take the comic strip from the Sunday paper, and I went through my favorites.
Oh yeah, because Dick Tracy was in the
Dick Tracy is a comic strip.
I remember. Yeah. No, I forgot they did put it in the Washington Post comics.
Yeah, and
I totally forgot about that.
Like I used to read that right along with Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes, then the Peanuts gang, up until we got the Boondocks. So again, I always had my favorites, and I never
read Dick Tracy. I read Spider-Man, but I never read it.
And I always and as I was reading it, I always liked the character because I always thought he was cool. Now, here's something. I don't think I ever told you guys. So, as a kid, and like being overseas, I dressed up as Dick Tracy for Halloween. I remember that. I was Dick Tracy for Halloween.
You were Gumshoe.
Hey, I was
Halloween.
Chris,
I was.
Chris, I told you this nigga was a fed.
Look, man.
I was an upstanding lawman. Okay,
Gumshoe. He just
Gumshoe
or Gumshoe.
You know what? Let's just be real.
Shout out to Carmen Sandiego.
You know what? We got to be real. I got to be very real. I think a part of us all wanted to be that little white boy right there beside Dick Tracy.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I got to be honest with you.
I never wanted to be the kid. No, go back to that picture. That right there in Dick Tracy's head, the Tommy gun, bro.
Did you not know?
The fedora, the trench coat.
Okay, but Devin brought up something. Devin brought up something. It was Untouchables.
Yeah, Untouchables on LSD.
I say this as somebody that, and again, this is why I say it's the mandate of the show. Like, we started the show because we were just watching stuff as Black people that we know about, but they don't know about. The Untouchables is one of those movies that Black folks fuck with heavy. If like
it matters, I will say yes, but it matters.
Is it a generation basically?
I think it's almost a generation based.
It's a generation based.
But did it stop with us? Because I know plenty of millennials that like
ask a Zoomer what the Untouchables is.
They won't know that shit.
Exactly. It stopped with us.
It stopped with us.
Yeah.
It's put it this way. The Zoomers that are right underneath us, one or two wouldn't know Carlito's Way, and you know what I mean. You see what I'm saying?
They probably know Scarface a little bit more than Carlito's Way in the grand scheme.
Yeah, and here's it. Scarface, it matters to your dad or your uncle.
I will give full respect if they know City Hall.
Yeah.
Fuck no, they don't, man.
Exactly.
No, but the thing of it is for me, like it's
you want to know where Kent Rosenberg you want to know where Kent Rosenberg was inspired by? Boom, City Hall.
Here's the weird part.
Is Kent Rosenberg?
Here's the weird part.
Vice City,
lawyer.
Yeah,
you know those children only know 5.
Isn't there a Jewish lawyer in 5?
Well,
no,
they only know about 5.
Nope. They know the definitive edition. I know they
hold on. They only know about fuck you because theirs is halfway right because they only know about San Andreas on up. You got me on that, and Ken was in San Andreas.
He was in it.
Hey, yo, Eris.
I need him to be in GTA 6.
Hold on, stop. Eris, what do you want, man? Do you want I got lollipops and I got lifesavers. Which one you want, nigga?
I'll take a lifesavers. Let's go.
Because you said lollipop. I was going to go on your little.
Depends on the lollipop. It could be a dum dum. It's a dum dum.
Don't say that. You want a dum dum in your mouth? Chris want a dum dum in his mouth.
The hug version of candy? No,
and it was good. Wow, man, just fuck my childhood, right?
Just say it. I'm just saying.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, what? The hug of lollipops? No. Wait, nigga, you gotta stop. You can't e-break. Get the e-break.
He ain't lying because it just used to be like 10 cents in a store,
and you only get 10 cents for 10 seconds of flavor.
So I'm delivering shit, right? And I always stop at this one shop, and they always have a whole bunch of candy right there. And from Halloween up until a little bit after Christmas, they always had candy over there, but he always had a whole lot of dum-dums. I had to be the one eating all of the motherfuckers because I would have did. I grabbed 6 every time.
I want people to know the grape, strawberry, and pineapple.
No,
good.
You know which one's trash? And
beer?
No, the one that's trash is actually to me now is strawberry. Beer. Strawberry is like gross to me now.
What?
Oh my god, man!
You're old. That's why.
I taste all of the sugar now. It is look.
I can't eat cereal and milk anymore. Milk does not agree with me anymore. I don't know. It's done.
Hey, I gotta be real with you. Milk. Old. I know. No. You gotta be real. Around about 20 years old, milk threw my ass against the wall. Like, why am I farting a lot? You're gonna be doing more than that, nigga.
yeah. About 2 years special. All I'm saying is 2 years ago, I had a whole box of fucking Captain Crunch, milk and everything. The next day, my stomach was like, nobody. We're done.
You want to know some diabolical bullshit? Okay. Yes, lactate milk does help. Here's the thing. You still going to get the shits. Now, yes. It just matters on degree of it. You know what my doctor said? Well, Mr. Shaw, you're going to need some more. This is not how she talked. But I'm just saying it. This is how she... Well, Mr. Shaw, you're going to need some more fiber. I suggest Raisin Bran. You diabolical bitch. You know how long you on the toilet, nigga?
Raisin Bran, nigga? Goddamn.
We've officially hit.
You want to know something sick? You want to know something sick? Hold on, I'm sorry, Eris. You want to know something sick? I love Raisin Bran.
Dude, Raisin Bran has been good since I was a kid. Are you kidding me? That's like the most.
I used to always think that was white. When I was a kid, I always thought Total, Raisin Bran, and just plain ass Cheerios were white women food.
Sir,
I always thought that.
White women.
You're forgetting one. Nope. You're forgetting one.
What?
Special K.
Special K. I will tell you something. I will take Special K over regular.
Here's what you didn't know,
Special
though.
K actually ain't that bad, but
It ain't. It's Raisin Bran.
It's old lady food, man. Nah.
Raisin Bran ain't actually like white people stuff. It's raisin nuts.
I can't have
Raisin nuts never made sense. And I remember I bought a box one time when I was living in Cali. Like, what's raisin nuts? Let me finally try it. And I was like, the fuck is this?
Do you want to know something that made me disappointed?
Honey bunches of oats could have saved you, Chris.
Thank you.
About
just saying.
Honey bunch of oats. Now I don't like it.
All them old lady cooks.
Is that old commercial? Is that old lady stuff? Is that old lady?
Maybe no. No, I'm talking about it was just the
very like suburban white people.
No. I'm going off of the commercial. It was just the lady cooks.
You know, like God, you know, like I said, that's one of the worst things in the world. Dwayne, you need more fiber and protein. You need to be eating Wheaties and all the rest of that. But won't that give me the suck? It's like this. But won't they give me like, yeah, I understand the fiber part you want me to deuce, but won't that cause me to have like light diarrhea? Probably. That's what my doctor said. Probably.
Do I look like a working athlete?
It's like I'm just trying to wake up to go to work. Now I gotta be on the toilet now because
I got 3 sons, man. You heard Big Pun. I'm trying to live, nigga.
Because you know what the doctors are gonna do? They're gonna say eat a bowl of Cheerios, no sugar, and you're gonna look at them like they lost their mind.
No. I keep it real. The only reason why I take the Raisin Bran as it is because that's the only. Who knew raisins actually enhanced flavor for the first time?
Do you know what it feels like to have somebody, your partner, tell you that you're an old man for eating oatmeal? I'm saying, I can't have a healthy heart now.
Look, my wife, who has been eating rabbit food lately, got the fucking nerve. You eating that old white lady cereal? It's life and it's good for my heart. Cinnamon Life is a shit. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. Cinnamon Life is the shit. Ooh, that's
so speaking of old, old and black people, old. There are a lot of I told this guys is Dick Tracy definitely even as a kid felt very old. 50s Hollywood because from the actors, like there's a lot of generational like talent in this movie. It's people that you probably seen if you got some aunts and uncles that watch old shows and stuff on TV. A lot of those actors are in this movie. And you'll know their faces and stuff. It's like, oh shit, I know that guy.
If you don't mind, I would love to go down this list.
Yes, please.
This is a 1990 American crime action film based on the 1930s comic strip, and the supporting cast, like going with Warren Beatty. Just gonna start off with Warren Beatty. We have what goes as follows: Al Pacino, Madonna, Glenn Headley, Charlie Corsmo, Dustin Hoffman, James Keene, Charles Durning, William Forsythe, Seymour Castle, Paul Sorvino, Mandy Patinkin, Catherine O'Hara, Edo Ross, James Caan, James Tolkien, Michael J. Pollard, Henry Silva, R.G. Armstrong, Estelle Parsons, and Dick Van Dyke.
Dog. Now,
hold up.
Go ahead.
Also, and Mike Haggerty, the plumber from Martin that everybody thought died and shit. He's in this movie.
Yes.
Love it.
DP.
I will say,
good old DP.
DP.
Now, check this out. I had to ask the wife this because it was a really good question. What is considered old Hollywood now? And 90s. She said, very true, the 90s. The 90s is old Hollywood. So when we say old Hollywood, we are talking from 1999 on back. The 2000s, don't worry, y'all got about 4 years, and we're gonna start calling y'all old Hollywood too. 4 or 5 years, yeah. So there's a clock on y'all. But anyway, the point is, yeah, I would say 99
is
on
black
back.
And white for kids.
Exactly. I'm not kidding you. Like, I see my kid. When I told my kid, I'm gonna let you see Scarface. His eyes widen, not in the sense of I'm going to see a cool movie, but oh god, it's gonna be some old shit. You know what I mean? Like,
think about it right now.
So that's the wild part. But here's the sick part. because I got him watching old shit. Hear this nigga. Hey, yo, dad. You know, like, so the way I like it, I like Bad Boys 3, then Bad Boys 2. I like Bad Boys 1. I don't like Bad Boys 4. I like, you went back to see Bad Boys 1? Yeah. You liked it? I liked it, but I thought Bad Boys 2 was better. But 3 was really good. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute, is my son a cinemaphile?
Gross, for one thing.
Hey, look. You can't, like, that's the one thing as a critic. Look, it's Bad Boys, so you know whatever tickles your butthole. So it's all you get.
The reason I have my hangups with Bad Boys 2 is because, let's be real, that movie is partly 9/11 propaganda.
You're not lying. It's a very loud, you know, America can rebuild itself type of movie.
It's basically pre-Taylor Sheridan era.
And you can tell, and because the next movies he did was the Transformers movies, and dog, you might as well say even Netanyahu through the whole
join the army. You too can fight alongside Optimus Prime.
Join the Navy.
Until you got to.
Except Michael Bay just had to give you. The only thing Michael Bay did
at one time, The Simpsons was funny. Go ahead, Chris.
It's because Michael Bay gave us the revised version of Stan Bush and was like, "Join the army. You two can sing alongside Stan Bush and Transformers." And I'm like,
"Yeah, I heard that the 2007 version of that song. Gross. That's all I have to say."
Hey, Stan Bush co-signed it, so you know.
Yeah, he co-signed it. He co-signed it. Sure, I'm still gonna say it. Gross. All right.
Like, I don't care what y'all say. We all say, "Oh man, they didn't have no lasting effect on the military." What I've done has been the background music to military bullshit since that movie came out.
They're bombing houses with fucking drones. I want folks.
Right up,
you see what I'm saying?
I want folks to understand.
Right up there with Eminem's "Till I Collapse" for Call of Duty.
"Till I Collapse" is now propaganda to me. I can't play that song. You know why? Because I see Afghani children getting ganked by a 360 no scope. That's what I see because of that song.
The only thing I remember is that fucking story. No, it's the story trailer for Modern Warfare. I'm like, fuck yeah, because they playing that song and it's like doom doom.
I gotta
I'm like, all right, man.
Look. I don't like 3 compared to 2, but that was lit for 3. Oh yeah. "Till I Collapse" is needed. Nigga, like, thank you, Rod. Metallica is too.
But I want people to understand something.
Also, you know how, like, Sean, thank you. That's old white women food to me.
Oh yeah, grape nuts.
If you have to eat grape nuts, yogurt goes good with grape nuts.
I heard about that too.
But anyways,
do you know? Oh, look, real talk, y'all. Old black ladies can tell you how to make it taste good. Like, because I was like, I don't want no I don't want no Razorban. She's like, you know what you need to do? You need to put a little bit of brown sugar on there. Now I know what you're saying. It ain't going to, like, I'm listening. All right, sis, and a little bit of cinnamon, and put some cinnamon on it too. It will be the best thing in the world. I'm like this. She's right. She was right. It wasn't
cream of wheat with either honey or brown sugar.
That's what my wife makes it with. That's what my kids ask for that shit all the time.
Healthy.
Honey junk. Ooh, that's so. All right, enough nigger foods.
Anyways, we have all these old Hollywood talent, and again, that was something in the 90s that was pushed to the forefront when they were presenting these movies as all these actors. And one of them, we got to talk about Madonna. Madonna.
I like how we have the biggest one that's sitting there, which is Warren Beatty, and you said, "Nah, fuck it. Let's talk Madonna first. Let's get Madonna out."
Because something to point out about Madonna is that both Madonna and Al Pacino were probably the only ones that were highly praised for this movie.
Which is weird.
No, because you got to understand.
Whatever.
No, if you think about it, Madonna was actually good in this.
No, but here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I want people to understand something about Madonna. Like, it's one of those you had to be there. Madonna was a very polarizing figure, in especially as a musician artist, beloved, but she just also did some questionable things. She was just a very
too much. She did.
She was definitely too much. So when she dipped the toe in
downloaded her own DLC way too many times.
So when she was doing movies, she did one movie that came out in like the late 80s where she played some like punk chick that was with some uptight guy. I forgot what the name of the movie was, but that was her dipping the toe in the movies. But then she gets movies like this, and I want to say Evita, where people were like, "Oh, she can act."
League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their Own and stuff like where people were like, "Oh, she can actually act," and I'm like,
"But yeah, Madonna, to her credit, got into the acting bit, and she wasn't that bad in it. Yeah, but you know, I will say this, not lasting, but you had to be there with Madonna because Madonna, what people see Taylor Swift as, Madonna wishes she had Taylor Swift's level.
Yeah,
Madonna was close to it, but Madonna had to go against some really good male acts and some women, quite frankly, who could outsing her by 50, in their sleep. She had to go against Whitney, Mariah, and then upstarts like Mary J. Blige, Tony Braxton outsang her. All these black singers outsang her, and then came Britney Spears. She got caught. Like, I will say this: Madonna came out at the right time.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Because girls like
the .com boom.
That's what I'm saying. It's like she was right there through the late 80s on to the right there, right before the .com boom. You know what I mean? She out like when Cher tried to come back out, she had to deal with that.
Cher's another one that was consistent, shockingly.
She had to deal with J-Lo who started singing. And, I know J-Lo doesn't sound like a lot, but she had to go against some heavy hitters with some black girls. And where do I rank Madonna? Not even top 20. Really, I'm dead serious. Madonna ain't that great today.
Top 50?
To D, she's not that great. But I respect her gangster. And I ain't gonna fake. Human Nature is a bop that I will always play. And hold on. You can be my shining star. That junk go. Starlight. Starlight. That junk go.
Madonna also had moments where it was like, okay, she might be on a downturn, and then boom, all of a sudden, career resurgence. And then she goes down, and then career resurgence.
I'm sorry. What was that say? What did that say?
Paula over Madonna.
Paula over Madonna.
No.
I can't.
Oh man, Paula Abdul over Madonna.
Okay, hold on. We talk. All right. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Full package. We're talking talent, how she looks, and what she really is. First off, I don't want neither of these crazy chicks.
Yeah, love you, Paula.
God, I gotta say Paula. Wow.
Paula, because of Dancing Cat.
Yes, which came out around this time, by the way.
Paula,
1990.
Paula is not the better singer, not at all.
And second, and by the way, Chris, that is MC Scat Cat for you.
And several, hold on, Rod, and several other ladies too.
Yeah.
Apparently, I just found out the
high top fade though.
oh yeah, Chris. Apparently, another one to add to the list of J-Lo voices is the girl who did Uchiwali.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that.
We know.
I was like, yo, if you ain't
but Madonna was definitely like, especially in the 90s when she dipped the toe in the movies, and because bear in mind with this movie and Black Panther are like tied for like the top movies that won at the Oscars.
This one at the Oscars, please tell me it had to be visual. It had to be visual.
Best visuals, best costume, and best song that Madonna sang.
Wow.
It won those three.
Hold on. The Madonna song won? Really? It was a weak year, huh?
All right, so check this out. Check this out, gentlemen. Since we're talking about the cast, let me run through this and then we can go through the next portion. Now it says, although Al Pacino was Beatty's first choice for the role of Big Boy, Robert De Niro was under consideration.
No. Glad.
Yeah. Okay.
You got the right actor.
Next, Michelle Pfeiffer, Kathleen Turner, and Kim Basinger were considered too expensive as Breathless Mahoney.
All right,
let me finish. I'm getting there. Just follow me. Sharon Stone auditioned for the role, but she was turned down. Madonna pursued the part of Breathless Mahoney, offering to work for Scale. Her resulting paycheck for the film was only $35,000.
She didn't get paid for shit.
Hold on.
Now that being said,
$35,000 in 1990 is not bad.
1990 is actually not that bad.
but
You can live on that. For
how
a
much
minute.
did it? How much did this movie make?
This movie, if I ain't mistaken,
162 million.
Yeah, 162 million
worldwide.
Yeah, that's why the actors went
against
to
the
strike.
$46 million budget.
Yeah, that's why the actors went to strike. That's all I
Now-
got paid for it.
Oh
You
yeah,
see
bear
what
in
I'm
mind
saying?
too.
Now-
Oh, go ahead.
One other thing.
Now hold on, real quick, Garris, before you
What?
go and continue. That short list. You said Kathleen Turner, Kim Basinger,
Kim
and who else?
Basinger and Pfeiffer.
And
Michelle
Pfeiffer. Now I got
Mhm.
a question. Those three plus Madonna, who would y'all pick? Just real quick. I
Well,
personally
Don't forget
would get-
and don't forget Sharon Stone. She was also auditioning.
all right, look. But you say because I saw that Wikipedia entry, to me that was like, yeah, Sharon. No, we ain't got time. Fuck her. That's what that felt like to me.
If this is 1990,
Like they just slammed the door in her face.
You said Kathleen Turner and who was the other ones?
Kim Basinger and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay,
I'm gonna say Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay,
I would go
okay.
with Michelle Pfeiffer in this.
If
Sorry, Kathleen, you gotta go.
no, but here's the thing: like, if it wasn't singing, I would go with Pfeiffer. But since it's singing, I would kind of lean it in Kathleen's direction.
Gross.
I wouldn't pick Kathleen Turner at all.
Kathleen at the time was still looking good.
I'm not saying no. I didn't say she didn't look good for the time. I just said no to it. Kim
No.
Basinger.
Kim Basinger, maybe.
Wrong movie for her.
Because this is coming off of Batman, Kim Basinger, essentially.
No,
right?
she ain't came off of Batman
Yes, she
yet.
did. Yes, she did. Dude,
Yeah.
Batman
What year-
89 was. Dude, this was 1990 when this dropped.
Yeah.
Okay,
Literally
I
a
keep
year
forgetting that.
later.
Because now because this thing ain't going to production until 1988. That's what I'm saying. So that kind of threw me off. That's all. My bad. Yeah, I keep on forgetting that. But yeah, I say no. I would say no to Basinger to be in it. But whatever. Anyway, moving on.
That is kind of interesting.
So moving along from that, here's something funny. Sean Young claims she was forced out of the role of Tess.
We're not doing this with you, Sean.
Which eventually went to Glenn Headley. After rebuffing sexual advances from Beatty. In a 1989 statement, Beatty said, "I made a mistake casting Sean Young in the part, and I felt very badly about it." Mike Mazurki, who had appeared in an earlier Dick Tracy film, had a cameo appearance. Beatty approached Gene Hackman to do a cameo for the film, but he declined.
Gene Hackman would have been like acting.
Butt face. So butt face, do you see it? I can see it, but I can see your way, Dick. And you just see his ass face like, God, that's Gene Hackman. He's acting his ass off on this one. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We're saying acting. Now, Eris, you know what that sounds like to me, though? That sounds like you and Sean Young, because this is Warren Beatty, who was the Leo DiCaprio of his time.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. It clearly sounds like he raw dog Sean. She got nuts. Hold on. You go ahead and put up a fresh fit. She got emotional, started bringing up shit on set unprofessionally, and I had to fire her because look, you can't hold your emotions as a woman. That's what I felt like. What happened?
Sean Young
was probably in her right of, hey Warren, you know I'm gonna need an abortion, right? What the fuck that guy? You know he probably said, "Fuck that guy do with me."
Sean Young was a very polarizing
she is.
actress.
I don't think she's bipolar, but the way they be telling stories about her makes me feel that she was a bit bipolar. You know what I mean? The way they describe her in stories is like, Sean Young ain't that bad.
Can I be real? Sean Young visually always gave off Dollar Tree version of Sigourney Weaver.
Go home. Go home. Don't you dare disrespect Sean Young like that. That's messed up, yeah. Don't you disrespect Sigourney Weaver, because Sigourney wasn't nothing. Sigourney was cute. I agree with Eric.
Yeah.
When we was watching LB, Eric was like, you know what, D? She was cute. And look, I ain't gonna fake. when who was that? When Vigo was not Vigo. Who was the bad guy in the first one? This Clotho. When he was inside of her. I ain't gonna lie. When she get, are you the key master? Oh, folded like a chair.
Folded.
Yes, folded. Not even a second.
Every guy that sits there and says he would have been like Bill Murray is full of shit because they would have folded.
Are you the key master? Look, here's the thing, baby. Here's the thing. I ain't got the key, but I can find one.
Unzip pants. Yeet.
Yo, man, look. Sigourney Weaver is the reason why I like golf chicks. I always say Elvira, but I'm thinking about it. D, what was like the first movie you saw? Ghostbusters. How old you were? How old was you? 4?
And all it was Sigourney Weaver wrapped in red fabric.
I'm sorry, she was wrapped in sex. I don't care.
Gotta be honest with you. Gotta be honest with you. If there was any person, if you asked me the black equivalent of that for that time period, it would have to be Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, like, here's the funny thing. I don't like Tina Turner because she reminds me of like an auntie or something that I'm not related to, but I can believe that's my aunt. Yeah. But here's the thing. Anytime I hear stories of, especially the black guys, because she ended up with a white guy, but I always hear for the black guys that got with Tina after Ike, it was like, wait a minute, you and Tina, man, Tina was, woo, she bad, nigga. Old black dudes that like Tina, they love Tina Turner. Like, man, boy, man, she come out there in them strong ass arms, nigga, them traps. I'll be saying that about Michelle Obama. Everybody, why you call like that? What you talking about? Obama, Barack be licking that section with
funniest thing ever. If you ever get a chance to, you don't mess with the Zohan. There's a part where they're arguing in the street, right? And somebody was like, Michelle Obama's calves. And I'm fucking dying because I'm like, oh my God. I was like, God damn it. Why did they just do that? But it's a funny ass joke though.
Now here's the funny thing. I think with Sean. Now back to the whole thing. Like, I think Sean Young I think that sounds like Hollywood shenanigans at its finest to me. You know what I mean? Something clearly happened.
Good old Hollywood shenanigans.
That sounded like something personal happened backstage. Now I did bring up Warren Beatty being the Leo of his time, and he was a heartthrob throughout his career. Even up at this point, women were still falling for him. He was still a bachelor at this time. And a lot of
white men were at the time.
And here's the thing, no bullshit. He wrote a lot of his feelings into this because Warren Beatty, not only, and we can get into that real quick after this, but Warren Beatty owned the rights to this. So he also was, not only was he end up becoming director, and Eris, I know you're going to get to that next. Not only was he director of this, but he was also the producer. He had creative control, all the rest of that shit. And one of the things that he wrote in here was he wanted this to be a story about Dick Tracy settling down because Warren Beatty was like, you know what? I need to get married. And real quick, it makes me tickle. I'm not a big fan of Annette Bening, but to find out that Annette Bening was the one that put it on Warren and he was like, nah, I got to come back to this, makes me laugh.
I mean,
like you the one, Annette.
No, think about it. It was quite literally 2 years later that he got married.
Yep. And that's how it was. So he started
was that like
Annette
Bullworth,
Bening,
or was that before Bullworth?
Way before. Bullworth didn't come out until like 97, 98, man.
Okay. Yeah, I keep getting that time period mixed up.
But still, Annette Bening was the one to take him off the shelf. And I think I think for some women taking holes off the shelf is like, you got him? What?
For Annette, bro, she's Batman shooting the sniper rifle at Doomsday. That's how she bagged him.
The one thing is this though,
and I looked at
shot him from a distance.
Now, these ain't shit ass, but I'm being real with you, Annette Bening. If you see me, this is how it looked up. Annette Bening, 1989. Yeah.
Oh, you actually looked up Annette Bening 1989.
No, hey Chris, this is what I did. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I see what he's saying.
So,
Because she's an old white woman to me. You know,
So-
so that's the reason why I like to bring her.
so get all right. So
She
get
has a
this.
very suburban mom look.
Exactly. I get it.
So, gentlemen, more on the film.
Put them juice boxes in the back of the van.
More on the film I wanted to bring up was that.
Go ahead, Eris. I'm sorry.
Was that the principal photography started for this on February 2nd, 1989. And the filmmakers consider shooting the film on location in Chicago, but the production designer believed that Dick Tracy worked better using sound stages and backlots. Thank God they did that.
That's my thing. That's my thing.
And other filming took place at the Warner Brothers studios in Burbank. In total, 53 interior and 25 exterior sets were constructed. Beatty, being a perfectionist, often filmed dozens of takes for every scene.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like so this whole movie, because Warren Beatty had the rights, you can definitely tell that this movie had a lot of passion behind it. Like he really was such a stickler for perfection. It's like, yo, Dick Tracy needs to be this, even to the point that, and this goes into another rant I have. I don't understand why there's a need when it comes to certain things to go dark, right? And Walter Hill wanted to do a dark and gritty Dick Tracy. And Warren Beatty,
that will work today.
Yeah, but see where I'm getting at here. It's like Warren Beatty wanted to stick to the spirit of the 30s comic.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best choice that you could do for it. But my thing is, why does everything have to, like, so you know about this whole thing with all the copyrights being anybody can use them now, right? Like stuff like, you know, Popeye and Winnie the Pooh, things like that, right? So it opened the door for people to do whatever with those properties, right? I kind of hated that the first thing that people go to afterwards was, what if we make Winnie the Pooh but dark Friday Nights at Freddy style? And it's like
that,
or when
why?
Or when they decided to make Pinocchio a horror movie.
Two reasons.
Yeah, Popeye horror movie, and it's like, why?
Because two reasons. Number one, the movies that get greenlit the fastest are horror movies because there are so many studios willing to put money into horror movies because they are easy get. They're like a millionaire having a bunch of like a millionaire that owns a whole lot of stuff, but he has like 6 or 7 dry cleaners. Why? Because that's where that's lying in the pockets.
Plus, horror movies are like junk food to Hollywood.
And here's the best part: in some cases, even with some very good cheap practical effects, the whole thing to shoot a horror movie is cheap as hell. It's cheap as hell to shoot horror films, believe it or not. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why
those are fastest to get greenlit.
It's the reason why, current events aside, of an unprecedented $90 million horror movie in Sinners and stuff, because to your point about horror movies being cheap, that's like the first of its kind to be that expensive and stuff. And yeah, that makes sense why you want to do that. But a dark and gritty Dick Tracy just doesn't hit for me.
I think it would, but here's the problem: nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's gonna watch it.
It could be done today.
It could be definitely done, period. And I think it could be a good movie, but I think nobody's willing to watch it. I think as gritty as you get is showing a dead body. That is as gritty as you get, showing some blood. Show some blood. That's about it.
It would have to be a hard-boiled Dick Tracy kind of thing, like on some true detective shit.
No, Chris.
The closest that we got to hard-boiled Dick Tracy was the shootout in the streets.
Look
towards the end of the movie.
Exactly.
all them Tommy guns going off.
The most you do with that is just show a little bit of blood. At most with sex, show a girl getting kissed on the neck and fade off to the next scene. You're not going to get nothing harder than that. And you shouldn't be. At most, it should be PG-13, but only because there's one scene where Al Pacino go like, "I don't give a shit about you, Tracy." That's the only reason why, because he said shit in the third act. So that see what I'm saying?
But see that, and that's the thing too. When I was saying about like Warren Beatty really kind of do this, it really felt like he was like, no, we got to keep this like to the spirit of the 30s through and through.
Chris, good example, and I'm going to you. if you were doing Batman, you're going to go what? Detective Batman.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
more than likely, it's going to be 70s, 80s, 90s mix of Detective Batman, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
You're good. Chris will get on all of y'all last nerve because I already know exactly what you want. I'm with it, but WB is going to be like, hey, so it's been 3 months overdue. Where is it?
And because
Batman punched somebody in this movie.
No, and because of Chris's director of photography, I'm gonna be just as annoying.
Oh my God. So where y'all went to shoot? We went to shoot in Pittsburgh and we went to shoot in Toronto. And I hated both of those places. We got to go somewhere else. What about New York City? Here's Eris. I'm not doing New York. Eris don't want to do New York. Who gives a shit? Go to New York. That's going to be the whole
New York. I'm like, we are not going to New York. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. Have fun paying for it.
Eris, no. Everybody get quiet in the room. The young intern, you hired Eris because you like her. She's really good. I got some composite shots of Jacksonville. Get the fuck out the room. You're not fired. Just get the fuck out. Leave. Wendy, I love you. Get the fuck out.
Like, but get out of my sight.
Hey, look. After Eris done with the meeting, I got a text Wendy. I got to tell her I'm sorry. Eris likes her. He really likes her.
Tevin is right though.
It's just that she had to shut up.
Tevin is definitely correct. Dick Tracy walks so that Sin City could run.
And here's the thing: me and Chris talked about this. If you're going to redo this movie, it's going to have to look like The Spirit or Sin City. I will say this: you can still do what they did in this movie, make solid colors, because Wes Anderson does that a lot in his movies. There are still directors that fuck with the solid paint type of thing, and they use that to do all the heavy lifting of of HD coloring. You know what I mean? They let that do most of the heavy lifting. You can still make a movie that look like this. Now the matte paintings and all that. Welcome to CGI. I'm sorry.
No, sir.
I'm sorry. Somebody look. I'm sorry. We're making this authentic. I forgot.
No. Yes, we are, because, sir, this film was one of the last major American studio blockbusters to have no CG.
Yeah. It was all soundstage.
Yeah.
Soundstage and matte painting.
You can tell.
Yeah, you really could tell just from the matte painting. Like every time you saw the matte painting, I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's a set.
You want to know why? You know why?
That's a painting.
You know why?
That's a set piece.
But you know why you get so used to it? I think Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because when old boy goes to Toontown, there's moments where Dick Tracy kind of has those things with the visuals when they're walking through the town and they kind of do the shot of the city and they're walking. It's like has a very high
isometric shot. I know what you're talking about.
Because you gotta think about it. Back in the day, before there were big ass highways, there were just roads leading into cities like that. And you would get these long roads where you'll see the city just rise over the horizon like that. And then you can't just where we at in time, we're never going to see a shot like that ever again. You might find like a back way into a city, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, that's gorgeous." And you just see the city peel out, but not in that style. You're not going to get that no more.
You know, a movie that shows a matte painting, and it's so obvious that it's a matte painting, but because of how the movie is made and how it was produced, you accept it. Cool World did that.
Cool World did it. Yeah.
When Cool World did it, like in one scene in particular, when what's his name? When Brad Pitt's character, when he gets out of his car inside Cool World, it shows up on from one shot, it's the actual cop car, right? Mm-hmm. But when you see him get out and he goes around the car, it's a literal matte painting of the car.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a flat image of the car.
That ambitious shit.
I love that stuff.
I love that ambitious shit. And I just laugh because I'm like, there's a studio exec that was pissed the whole time. I know that's the thing that makes me laugh about movies.
I was like, if anybody was mad, it was Ralph.
Yeah, it like Ralph. Ralph probably didn't. Ralph was probably cool with it. Maybe I don't know. Ralph was weird. Ralph was weird.
Ralph Bakshi did not like this movie.
Really?
Dude, he hated what the studio did to
Oh,
it.
yeah, okay, I understand that.
Remember, he hated what the studio did to it. They took all control away from him.
Yes, they did. I forgot about that.
Remember, D. Ralph Bakshi. I think the movie would do better if he just give me the control that I need to, to make this the way that I want to make it. The studio.
Fuck you, Bocce. No risk, no reward.
You know what they say? No risk, no reward.
Oh. Literally. In other words, we got it.
AKA,
we got this shit.
AKA,
we got Gabriel Byrne. We understand what this.
He's gonna be around forever.
We get the message, right? Kim Basinger might show a titty. We can't show breast in here. we might show a titty.
What are you gonna
say, can you put that picture back up?
Oh, no risk, no
reward. No risk, no risk, no reward.
I feel this has been the mantra of our current administration.
What did Trump do now? Did he ban carrots from America now? What happened?
You wait, buddy.
Actually, I always thought
get rid of the color orange.
No, actually, I always thought this was the image of our administration. Every time they're questioned.
You that bitch get up there and say y'all don't understand legal stuff like I do. Like I like how you got the most bitchiest white girl to go, excuse me, I'm in charge. I'm telling you because I'm the spokeswoman. And you can't
wait, D, I got you. Her response. Anyway,
that was what she told all them VA, the veterans, when they was like,
either way,
veteran benefits.
No, either way.
Sorry, what did you fight for? Vietnam? Get over it, Grandpa.
That's my point.
Oh, look at me. I have Desert Storm Syndrome.
That was my point.
I have one arm because I went to Afghanistan. So, give me money. Shut up.
I've never in my life seen. Anyways, so
I want to point out that the Rose Gallery makeup designs were taken directly from Gold's drawings, by the way. With the exception of Al Pacino, Big Boy Caprice, who improvised his own design rather than ignoring the rather overweight character of the comic strip. Dude, Pacino's makeup took 3.5 hours to apply.
I mean, if you think about it, think about the fact that they actually went for it in this movie with the visuals of the gangsters, right? Like the small face, and it's like this big face, big head shit with the small face. The designs were definitely out there for sure. It was definitely out there, and they went for it with the design choices. And it's kind of funny because, like D said, both of y'all said you can do it now. It probably would be in a Sin City fashion, but it's like, would they really go for it on the visuals like this movie did? Like that's the thing that I'm always like.
See, in other words, I look at it like this: if they were to do the visuals today, you know how hard it is to try to do, go with the cheap option of CGI and make it timeless.
And that's the thing. It's like, how do you do?
It's almost impossible. You show me a movie with CGI that has survived the test of time.
In terms of what? Because I mean, Jurassic Park.
That's different.
No, but you said stand the test of time. Jurassic
No. When I'm talking about CGI, I'm talking like on the level of like the Bay Turtles.
So, if we're talking recent, Iron Man 1.
Okay.
I mean, that's something that, like, when you look back on it now, like, that shit held the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to this day.
Okay, Chris. Since we're using,
that's why I was keeping it modern. I didn't,
hold on. Since we're using the MCU, how about Quantumania?
You know what? Jokes aside, I think we will look back at Quantumania and probably say
as a beautiful mess.
Yeah, like we were probably way too harsh on it. It's kind of like, it's like when I go back and watch Spy Kids, right? Like those movies are ridiculous, but like you appreciate it's one of those things where you appreciate the stupidity of it in terms of the visuals. It was just wacky. But then you go back and it's like, okay, maybe I was too harsh on it. I get the vision of what they were doing. That's how I feel about Quantumania. It's like, I see what you're doing, but it's like, okay.
I got you. I got you. Hey, Tevin.
No.
Tevin. Wait. Hey, Tevin. See me in 2039.
Avatar will probably hold up. Hey, that's James Cameron. We gotta respect the gangster.
No, listen. He made water look beautiful with the sequel. Okay, I appreciate that.
You gotta respect it.
I respect it, but I'm saying it again. See me in 2039.
Hey, you're about to get the Ash nigga Navis and shit. So
no, we're going to the desert. We're going desert Navis. It's happening.
You have crossed the Rubel Holly.
The Rubal Holly.
Eris, I swear to God, if those Navi say it in the Navi language, I'm walking out the theater. I'm like,
I'm gonna be mad if they actually do go to the desert because I'm like, I called this years ago.
I'm gonna stare at Eris and I'm gonna be like, Eris.
I hope so. Because I hope I'm in the movie theater. The second we see the dust, we see the desert. Me,
Naughty Dog, you will pay for your crimes. I swear to God, the desert theme, they fucked me up on them fucking things every time.
The Rubal Holly. That is 600 miles of pure desert.
And Nathan Drake just happened to stumble upon a pissing terrorist, and boom, off to the races.
All of a sudden, he got energy to enter a gunfight.
God, for real. That is the most out there fucking concept where the guy was like, uh-oh, and then Drake just punches him and takes his AK and just says, all right, cowabunga it is.
He's like, all right, gotta try to survive this. I'll never understand that dude was dying of thirst.
Ate a lizard. Just happened to bump him on again. A terrorist taking a piss, and it's like, bet.
It's like, all right, grabbing guns, going to a whole-on gunfight. I'm like, bro, what?
It's called fight or flight.
Where was this energy? You went through at least
fight or flight, sir.
Kurt D, stop it. The man was in at least 5 good gunfights before Salim showed up.
This man survived a whole ship fucking sinking and washed up ashore.
My man held onto a car. He held onto a cargo box out of a crashing plane.
Hold on. Not only did he get out of the crashing plane, the only one to survive it, apparently.
Yep, the only one to survive. What I love was that the cargo had nothing. There was nothing salvageable in the car, like from that crash.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is that how white people see themselves as native?
Yeah, they do. Impossible.
Nah. I mean, okay, some. Let's consider this. All right. Hold on. Consider when the game came out.
Well, if we have to preface it with this, Eris.
When did Uncharted 3 come out?
I don't know. Obama.
Obama.
Beginning of Obama.
Like, didn't it come? Like wasn't because what? Uncharted 2 came out with 2009.
Going in Obama's second term.
It was like 2009 when 2 came out. I think 3 came out in 2011.
Yeah, it was Obama's second term. You're right. Yeah. So, but yeah,
dude, right before his second term.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is this. But going back to this movie, just the visuals of the gangster was crazy. William Forsythe, it is so fucked up how even with him being flat top in the makeup, I'm like, hey, that's William Forsythe. But this is egregious, ain't it?
That's funny. That is funny. And you want to know something? Something I could point out. Something I could point out about this. You try to make this today with the practical effects and prosthetics and all that stuff, and you would have, out of all of the actors that was in this movie, if you did that today, at least 4 of them would complain about they can't see my face.
I mean, they went for it.
Yeah. It's gonna do whoever wanted, man, in my opinion.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the small face dude, little face or whatever.
If you want to hit that whole thing, you can't see my face. Fuck off, bro.
I mean, now you see him. I was
the
like,
way they made Paul Savino look, that's funny as hell to me.
I'll be honest with you. If they did like Penguin and it wasn't Dan DeVito, this would be like this could work.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The Penguin character, especially when you get to the third act of this movie, was Al Pacino.
Oh God, Al Pacino. Let me tell you something. Al Pacino, the way he quotes like all the presidents, like Eisenhower and Lincoln and shit.
This nigga broke out Plato.
Thank you.
You know this nigga know what he talking about. He breaks out Plato, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, why is he just quoting these men? It's hilarious, man.
Dude, it's just
what really makes Big Boy Caprice work for me is the fact that Warren Beatty was like, you know what you did for Scarface? Yeah. Now do that.
Yeah.
But what?
I need you to be Scarface.
Tony Montana if he lived.
Yeah, yes. Tony Montana. You know what? Thank you, Tevin. Yes, that's exactly what that was. Noises. Wild Pacino noises.
Wow.
We need wild
you
Pacino noises.
Come on, Billy, get out there. I want to be with you. Come on.
Mystic J, was this the beginning of crazy yelling Pacino? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was not the beginning of crazy yelling Pacino. Because let's keep it real, Jay. Pacino has been yelling ever since he started acting.
Yeah. I don't break my balls for no one.
No, I take it back. I take it back even further. Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah.
God.
Can I be wild with you? There is something to be said about the imagery of a hero or anybody with a Tommy gun.
Yeah, it's like
current events with Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. It is the dope.
The greatest.
The girl for The Last of Us.
Habibi firebombing got a missile tuck. If them robbers come through, then I guarantee they give it up. Lifestyle huge, this basic bitch, she in the little stuff. Hit a bucket, shit, I'm
Joe.
Ooh.
So how's everybody doing?
Ooh, no.
Stop. Have a time.
No.
That was good.
No.
It's hammer time. Bow.
No, I need that clip from Child's Play. I need the hammer hitting old girl in the face.
Hey, I gotta be real with you though.
As she throws herself out the window.
Gotta be real with you. I had to respect Joel's gangster in the show when he just told Abby to shut the fuck up and get on with it. I was like, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
When he said that, I was like,
even I
respect it.
No, even I was like, look, get it over with.
Thank you.
I'm about done with this.
I respect it. I was like, I respect your gangster, Joel.
14 million different realities. Not a single one am I walking away from this.
Thank you. It's like, come on, But
even though I did wish he had said the line, which was just go ahead and get whatever speech you rehearsed out of the way. I wish he did quote the game, but hey, I accept what he said in the show.
No, but nah, like the imagery of the hero or villain with the Tommy gun, it's a powerful imagery. And like you said at the outset, like when you see the kid and Dick Tracy, it's that Tommy gun. And
it's the Tommy gun.
And just because that's how it is, even in like the Tommy gun as a weapon is it's a machine gun, and it just looks dope as shit. Like, come on. Like, I think the Tommy gun was my favorite, and then all of a sudden I watched John Woo movies, and now I want 2 9mm and
I would say between like all the other Hollywood, the gangster movies of like the 30s and 40s, like to the 50s to a certain extent, to Godfather, to the shootout portion from Moonwalker, to this, to oh God, just seeing a Tommy gun in any media.
Even Resident Evil 4 with the Chicago typewriter.
Resident Evil 4 with the Chicago typewriter is just beautiful.
I mean, and it's like I said,
sights on it is trash, but whatever.
But let me tell you something. We sit there and talk about the Tommy gun, but I'm starting to respect the shotguns of this era, the sawed-off ones and the actual tactical shotguns.
Oh yeah,
respect that. Because it just felt like you get shot by those shotguns, you're dead. Like they ain't no coming back. Like you're done. It's just and then boom, you're done. Like John Wick actually does a pretty good job of showing the shotguns in that movie too.
What was it? The 12 gauge slugs, armor piercing.
I'm my god damn, fucking people up. Like it's just that's worse than hollow points.
Yeah,
I mean, but all the gangsters with the Tommy guns and the bright suits.
I mean, I would say with Dick Tracy having just the yellow jacket and the yellow hat, but he kept a black suit on the whole time. I'm like, dude, that was a fit. That was the thing.
I mean, that was the thing of like really showing the outlandish nature of it and stuff. I think it's funny that like when you get movies like this, there did kind of spark a little bit of people who try to dress like that at that time and stuff. Because I remember, like, we think about like how everybody black kind of dressed up for Black Panther, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when this movie came out, like when they did the premieres, people were all dressed up in the gangsters, and it was a time. Like that was like, a crazy time.
You almost think it was the 1930s or 40s because everybody had a suit on.
Also, maybe this is why white people are trying to bring us back to the 1950s now, because it's this shit. Which I'm like, y'all really romanticize that shit where you had to boil food? Like that's what y'all want?
You think they want to go back to? Like,
I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to boil food.
No, I don't want to go back to that at all. I mean, listen, I get the aesthetic of Dick Tracy.
Oh, they love the aesthetics. It's just the racism, not so much.
No, I'm good on the racism. You know, it's like going into Burger King. Hold the racism, all right?
It really is. Like, you know what's crazy to me? If you think about this time period and stuff, I felt we had moments where white people were trying to make fetch happen with like certain things. Remember like the Gap commercials with all the fucking white kids doing like that shit. They were trying to bring that back as like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't think black people really fuck with that music. Maybe they did. I don't know. But like, I just never understood the craze that white people try to bring back those kind of aesthetics as though like that's cool. And I think Dick Tracy around this time was white folks trying to bring back an aesthetic. And it just felt very old timey, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, just fads and everything that time.
Everybody does it. Everybody does it though. You know, I would like to go back to when it was simpler, when they were kids and stuff.
I definitely want to bring
in the 1920s.
I want to bring up the third act, like with this movie, real quick, because again, this is 1990. You just saw Batman 89.
You need to be action set piece.
No, this movie kind of brought, like, it kind of gave me that energy of Batman 89.
Well, Dee mentioned it earlier about like how you're coming off of Batman 89 and studios.
He thought he said he thought that Basinger didn't come off of Batman with this movie. I'm like, yes, she did.
No. But I'm saying we were talking about in terms of like the way studios after Batman 89 made the money. They were like, oh shit, we really need to get that. And Dick Tracy,
but this movie like
trying to fill that void, even from Danny Elfman being on it. And it's like
you had Danny Elfman in it with I would say with his unused tracks from Batman 89.
That's what Dee was saying. Dee was like, this felt
Bruce
very
Wayne
like
at home. Bruce Wayne at home music. Like
you roll for Batman 89. Like, all right, I guess.
Every second, this music going do. And wanted to go into that tune so hard. Every second, I hated it. No, it's actually a really good score. It's just that. Hey, yo, Danny, you made those on the same day, and WB said yes to the other one.
Guys, you know what Danny Elfman did?
A good line.
Time to go to work.
A good line of 1989 Coke.
It's time to go to work.
The spoon, both ends. Woo. All right, let's go.
Time to get this Dick Tracy soundtrack going.
All right. In my underwear, by myself, The B-52s are playing on loop upstairs. I gotta make something.
So something I thought that was interesting was it was at Madonna, when she did the Blonde Ambition tour, she promoted the Dick Tracy movie.
Back when you could do those kind of cross
and had a dancer dressed as Dick Tracy.
That's how you get that cross promotion popping back then, and it was very great and simple.
And yes, Super Smash, I do actually.
I've seen
I want to watch. Yeah, I want to watch the old one because I think it was supposed to be 4 of them at that time.
Yeah, I think it was they really were pumping out a lot of those movies back during that time because the fact you got 4 Dick Tracy movies.
Well, no, it was supposed to be 4, but I think it was only just that one.
Personally, I don't like looking at old black and white stuff that isn't the Three Stooges, to be honest with you. So
It's a Wonderful Life.
I don't like looking at those old stereos, man, to be honest.
No, I actually watched the original 1930s Scarface.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get the hype. Don't understand that.
It's like this for me is that I'm not a big fan of black and white films. Yes, there's been a couple I've seen that are actually very, very good. They stand the test of time, but to just be honest with you, I'm not interested in seeing no old serials from the 1940s. All right, we got to make sure that all these people are in the Who's Cow. Let's go, guys. Come on. Here, there you are, copper. No, you ain't gonna get me at all, copper. Pow, 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 pow. Where is it? Yeah, the big Palooka's dead. You had to make sure about that.
Not like that, D. I mean, one black and white movie I watched thanks to Shout Factory was Invasion of the Puppet People.
Ew. I mean, in the old horror movies are even worse.
It's not even a horror movie. It's really
you
not.
Said Invasion.
That's what it was called.
Therefore horror.
No, but it's not. It's not. Stop. Stop making this. Stop making it better than what it was.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Eris. Was used in the background? Was it?
No.
Was there anything on string date boink boink boinking?
No.
That's when you know you're watching a bad one.
Can't be real. But
it's called Invasion of the Puppet People. It's literally about a toy maker. Well, a guy who makes dolls out of people.
And let me guess,
using a shrinking machine.
It was some Vincent Price motherfucker doing this thing. Now I have you, and now you are mine. Let me guess, it was like that, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Well, he wasn't like. There was no crazy close up or nothing like that. However, there was.
Bullshit.
Nope. Because I've seen this movie 100 times, and what they did do, much like what they did with Dick Tracy, the 2 cameras set up. Where you're seeing a close-up of a hand, but you're also seeing clear image of a character's face on the other side.
I gotta be real with you.
Like the Foley guy or 2 guys with tap shoes on their hand going.
So the whole basis of it is that Dick Tracy, like D said, Tim Burton doing this would definitely been like.
Well, he was offered to direct it, but he declined it because he was already doing Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. So like my thing about this movie is the whole thing, like D said at the outset with Dick Tracy, was that the idea of like Dick Tracy's character settling down and getting married because his girl is like like he cares about the job more than her and stuff.
Here's my thing. I hate the trope of, and there are ways, and we talked about this actually on Heat with Al Pacino in this situation where he was going through a divorce. And I said, there's something I learned with the older I get when it comes to these situations. It's not so much you're a husband with a hard job like that. It ain't that. It's just, when am I going to have you?
Yeah. When are you here? When are you present?
And sometimes, in some cases, women are not acting like because they know how hard your job is. But sometimes, like, nigga, we on vacation. If you don't put your goddamn phone down and enjoy the ambiance. You know what I mean? Like I get that. In this one, it's simplified way more. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you're gonna give up that job. It's like, stop, don't do that.
Dick Tracy's girl has the most whitest name ever. Tess Trueheart.
I can't tell you to give that up. I'll let you.
Bro, this definitely sounds like the most crazy shit ever.
That's what it was. Sorry, Attack of the Puppet People.
Wow. But not like the thing of it is like it's one of those things where like Tess Trueheart, that's Dick Tracy's girlfriend. They're like, they're together, and like I said, she feels as though he takes the job more serious than her. And the whole thing's settling down.
Dude is about his job.
And the job also involves a kid named the kid who ends up running across the gangsters that get mowed down by a flat top at the beginning of this in a card game, which is the funniest shit ever. And it was also peak William Forsythe just being William Forsythe. And it was dope.
I also like the way that a big boy handles taking out the trash, putting people inside of a case, dousing them in cement,
and then dropping them in the ocean.
Yeah, just dropping them right there on the spot.
That sucks.
Clean. You know where the body's at. Hey,
that's just as scary. That's just as scary as Lethal Weapon when old boy was underwater with the chick and stuff and the straitjacket. Man,
dude, it's the fact that you're covered from head to toe in
cement. So you can, even if you try to break out the box, the fucking cement,
dude, it's the cement. You already dead.
Yeah, so it's kind of like even if you finally try out the cement, yeah.
I don't know about that, man. Those are 1920s steamer boxes, which they're not World War II kind, but they're still tough. Like the World War II ones, those are still out in today, and they're never gonna die. So still.
Be the fucking damn zombie apocalypse. Them shits is still fucking kicking.
Not exactly Ford tough, more like Chevy lasting.
That hard top Sanford and Son Chevy.
Tevin, I agree. Yeah, I actually get those two.
Yeah,
those confused too.
Yeah, because when Carol Kane in her, like, kind of
not the bath, big boy.
not the bath, big boy. Yeah, big boy is basically pulling basically taking over everybody's territories, including one James Caan, who he basically car bombs, which is funny as shit.
That was
too he's like, hey, let him go. It's free country.
It's like maybe he'll change his mind.
It's free country for now.
The explosion. Very sad.
Very sad.
It's very sad.
Hey, did you like how James Caan did the whole thing? The white man stare down like, and then what?
Why do we have to listen? Like, why do we have to follow you?
Here's me, hey, yo, James. You ain't had to be here.
It's the stare. It's the 1,000-yard stare of.
Hello, Mr. Khan. You want to redo that shot again? Mr. Beatty is using up his money for this movie.
It was pretty much the bit from '89, like from Batman '89.
It really was.
Like, what if we say no? Well, then, nobody wants a war. If we can't agree, we'll just shake hands, and that'll be that. Yeah. Get the zapper. Nah, big boy Caprice just lets him go. I've already had his car set to be bombed.
Also, 2008-ish edition Joker. I have a trick. Ta-da!
Yeah, I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
I wouldn't do that.
I would do it for you.
No. I like the other one better from 2000. Shoot the gun. Oh my God! I was kidding. Aim at him again. Shoot the bang. It's the sign that actually pierces them. Oops. No, I wasn't.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna need time alone.
Gonna need a minute alone, boys.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah, what about Bob and Hook? He was Peter Pan's son.
He
missed his baseball game.
Yep. Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Rocky's kid in the later Rocky movies, Balboa.
He does.
Even though I know it's the dude from the fucking sad movie on NBC, sad TV show on NBC, The Family. Fuck. Anyways, crying black dude. Shit. Now I forgot now. But anyways, but nah, like the whole thing with Big Boy basically taking over everybody's territory. I like how they just got straight to the proceedings on that. They didn't even waste any time trying to set up each individual ones. It's just nope, he's taking over everybody's territory. Either you with him or not.
Off
rip,
just cause. What I enjoyed was watching watching Pacino be pure Tony Montana, running around the dancers. My man is copping feels, smacking cheeks, and
being the most abhorrent man ever. But when you have money, you can do that kind of shit.
Or as the kiddies like to say today, being the most problematic character.
I mean, if you're a gangster, you got to be problematic, and that's
absolutely
you have to. And who's gonna check you? Because
the amount of times that he slapped Madonna.
Bro, let me tell you something. Tell you something.
That's not your business. Come here. You're my business.
There is something to be said about how Pacino, even with all that makeup, he still has a charm to him that shines through. In that role, it is crazy. It's like, damn,
it's Pacino.
Real talk, kind of reminds me how Colin Farrell did Penguin in the show.
That's what he reminded me of. Like looking at this movie, I said, dude, just take Tony Montana and the Penguin and put them together.
Yeah, that's
what this character is.
Yeah, it's just he's just has a charming thing to him that makes you like, oh, that's why people are like gravitated towards him, because it's just like who's going to really cross the big boy Caprice? Like, come on, like, and even down to I could see it.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin was also supposed to be the kid, but he's like, he's doing Home Alone.
Surprised it wasn't Elijah Wood.
Well, who knew that by teaming up with Macaulay and doing The Good Son, it's like Macaulay's popularity. Let's go ahead and careen off that cliff for a hot second, and Elijah picks up.
Elijah, we love you. You're a sexy young kid. I'm a what? You're a good young kid. We think you.
God, but Elijah Wood was on Tiger Beat magazines, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
I don't know. I don't care.
I know.
I'm assuming so. That's
it's white people stuff. So I get it. Understand.
I was so used to knowing that Immature was on the cover of what was the black one called?
Word Up.
What was that one called? I forgot. I don't know.
So it is.
Was it Word Up? That ain't funny. Was it called Word Up?
Yeah, I think it was Word Up magazine. I mean, you got sisters. I think you got an older sister. She probably was collecting Word Up magazines.
I'm about to say, don't look at me.
I don't know. I don't remember. That's why I asked. There was a reason why I asked. I wasn't really sure.
Nah, I just like how Tracy beat the shit out of this big dude that plays the kid's surrogate father and stuff. Breaks the thing and says, "All right, kid, now we adopted you. We're gonna take you to this off the corner diner that looks like it has some very 1950s semi-seasoned food, maybe. I don't know.
Chris,
that pumpkin pie looked good though.
Chris, this was the 1940s. No, this is clearly before Hitler took over in charge in Germany. All right. Do you think any of that food was seasoned?
That kid was eating that fucking pork chop in a diner, bro. That's how white this shit is. Like, who the fuck is giving you
pork chop and milk?
Most white shit ever. Milk and
like pork chops and corn covered mashed potatoes.
I mean, bro.
Also we got alfalfa and Brussels sprouts too.
Apparently, I didn't know white people do the whole steak and milk thing. That was a
Right On magazine.
That's right on. Yeah, Right On. It's like steak and milk. I'm like, why the fuck? This was the dairy propaganda for our time. Milk.
Hey man, kids gotta drink milk.
I love it. You like walnuts? You like walnuts, Caprice? I love walnuts. I love walnuts. Good for the liver. Yeah, I thought so. Take him away. Here's me. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, Tracy. You're trying to get fingerprints off of walnuts. First off, pause. Second of all, how? It's the 1930s, nigga.
D. Current events. Hey D, where's the due process here? I didn't see any due process.
Yep.
Due process.
There it is. Hey,
due process was doing this quick. The whole time.
No. Screw all that. This is a private party. Where's your invitation? Here's my invitation. Search warrant.
Sir, that's a piece of paper with just your signature. That ain't a warrant.
Doesn't matter. Taking you in, you're under arrest.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the 3 Black Geek speed round of this movie now. You know what I liked? Dick Van Dyke getting pieced off at an hour 10 of this movie. That threw me off because I remember Dick Van Dyke making it to the end as a kid. Apparently, that's how Dick Tracy went to jail.
Yeah.
And hold up. How much time passed when he was in jail?
Sir, we got a montage of the good guys taking down fucking Big Boy, and we got a montage of Big Boy taking back his territory for the cops. Equal play here. We're gonna say probably a couple of months.
Literally the plot from Fight for New York.
Shut up, Eris.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut.
First off,
I like how
that movie really switched. That game really switched around. It was like, yeah, now D-Mob got beef with Snoop Dogg. Why? Don't know, because it's Snoop Dogg.
So wait a minute. Am I cool with D-Mob now?
No. First, yeah, you broke about a police custody, and then you go and you're fighting for him. You're taking all the clubs from Crow, and then
Crow said,
"No, and then you get pressured. You get pressured into taking the clubs back." Like I said, this is the plot for Fight for New York.
Next thing you know, I'm throwing sticky fingers into a fucking moving train. It's crazy. Like, just
No, you throw sticky fingers into a burning building. You throw Danny Trejo into a train.
In front of a train. Okay, so check this out, Super Smash.
Woo!
I got my man Big Dick making it to 100 years old.
Just don't let him talk to JD Vance.
Don't let this nigga come anywhere. I don't want no white people coming around Dick Van Dyke. You might be an agent ready to cough on him, and we can't have that. I cannot have it.
We need this happy man.
I don't need any Fox dye carriers being around him.
Because here's the thing. God said, you thought with Betty White. You thought with Cecily Tyson. I need one of these.
With Stan Lee.
With Stan Lee. I need one of these celebrities to hit the century mark. And I really, truly believe it's going to be Dick Van Dyke. But you want to know who else I think is going to be? The person that is 11 years his younger. And that's Warren Beatty. I got money. Yeah. Warren Beatty's going to make it to 100.
Oh, he'll make it.
I think Warren's going to make it. I think
there's something, but that's what it goes back to this movie. When you look at it, there is something special a little bit to have been there, because if you tell somebody younger than us about Warren Beatty, be like, who the fuck is that guy?
They're not going to have no
What connection. Is Dick Tracy?
Warren Beatty.
We barely have any connection to Warren Beatty.
Like Warren is 88 years old.
I will tell you a movie though. That's why I say he's 11 years is his junior. Dog, I will tell you a movie that I do recommend people watch. That is an older movie. Watch Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty.
Yes.
It is a classic movie.
Gotta be honest with you. Really good. Gotta be honest with you. You kind of understand why women of a certain age, regardless of race, looked at Warren Beatty like, okay, I see it. I understand.
The 1967 Bonnie and Clyde movie. That's something you gotta watch.
I mean, it's kind of like what's my man from The Godfather? Shit.
What?
God damn it! I'm like blanking on his name now.
First of all, I'm cracking up at D's freeze frame.
Yeah.
Are you referring to Marlon Brando?
Yeah, Marlon Brando. Like, I've seen some older black women like, oh, Marlon Brando, and it's like, yeah, I've seen young Marlon Brando. I get it. I understand. Yep. Totally understand. Hell, you get it with some people with Dick Van Dyke, as we said, because it's like, yeah, I can see it. I understand. I watch Mary Poppins. I understand.
Also with as far as producing goes, he was the producer.
Freeze frame that D just did.
I know it's this.
Please print screen that. Please print screen that. Please.
Alrighty. There we go.
All right, cool. Because I feel that's our John Bernthal.
I need that. Oh God, John Bernthal. That moment.
Go watch Count 2. But nah, like Dick Van Dyke getting pieced out, and just that whole montage of Big Boy getting back his territory was great. I did enjoy how they found the bug in his room because my man knocked over a cup of coffee because of a cockroach, which I'm like, first off, you had an open like corned beef hash sandwich. So of course there's gonna be bugs near you.
I mean, how long were you sitting up there for one thing?
Thank you. Like,
like you attracting way too many insects. Like, can we not do that in current year?
But current year is just a bug that you can just have on your cell phone and just be in the comfort of your own home. So back then.
Well, yeah, that's right. In current year, we can just throw up illegal wires.
Patriot Act, nigga. Let's go.
But as a producer, Warren Beatty did Bonnie and Clyde, Shampoo, Heaven Can Wait, Reds, Ishtar, Dick Tracy, Bugsy, Love Affair, Bullworth, and Rules Don't Apply.
I remember Bugsy.
I remember that movie too. He actually played Bugsy Siegel.
Yeah. But speaking of which, did you just love the moment where he's like out after they blow up James Caan's car, and it's that whole like he's stuck on the side and he jumps on the pole? That felt so awkward. Like, was that Warren Beatty doing that stunt? Because
from the way that it looked like he did hit his head on the pole.
Yeah, it looked like it because I remember like that was the most awkward stunt ever. You just jumped on a light pole and then you jumped on the car, and I'm like, did you hurt yourself there, Warren?
No, consider that this was like Warren Beatty does take multiple takes. He did a lot of takes for every scene. I'm like, was this the best take that you went with?
Has to be, because like get Dick right now, and the car just pulls up, and then the way he just jumps on the car, I'm like, I guess that was the best shot they can get with that. So you're muted, D.
I would say so. After this, by the way, after Dick Tracy, he did 5 more movies in his life before he hung it up.
Yeah, I mean,
he went from that following year doing Bugsy, and then 94 did Love Affair, 98 Bullworth, 2001 Town and Country, and in 2016 Rules Don't Apply as Howard Hughes, and he was done.
Yeah, he really, doesn't do anything except mess up, La La Land. And
now as far as TV goes, the last thing he did, by the way, he did do was it the Dick Tracy special? He did the Dick Tracy special. Tracy zooms in as himself.
Oh yeah, where he was talking to himself. That was the most, I ain't gonna say unhinged, but it was like that was weird.
But it was the last thing.
That was peak grandpa. That was peak grandpa's on the computer having fun. Okay, that was what that was.
Oh, okay. Now this is some funny stuff. He has some unmade. He has some unmade projects, by the way. So you know that he was supposed to do a sequel. He was developing a sequel to Dick Tracy in 2016, and he said that.
Okay, let me point something out to that. So you're talking 2016. All right. Mm-hmm. We at that point in time were in a very MCU-esque sphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So given that time period,
you don't say.
Well, I'm saying, given that time period, though, I don't think no studio wanted to have anything to do with, like D told me, pulp comics anymore. Like that shit was done. That was something that was a bygone of the 90s. And that's why you're lucky to get an Indiana Jones movie in this time period, because that's the closest you're going to get to a pulpy type movie. Because who the fuck is going to watch Dick Tracy now?
It would have been on Amazon or Hulu or Netflix.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you think it'd be kind of like a Scorsese Irishman thing where somebody would throw money at it just to have content on their property?
Now, am I saying would it be picked up and have like what 45 to 50 minute parts? No. I'm not saying that. I mean, in going off of how he wanted to do the project, he was more so looking at it as just a straight up movie and not necessarily a series.
Okay. I mean, but who's really going to, in 2016, who was really like, oh, we want a Dick Tracy movie?
I'm just saying, streaming services.
At that time,
2016 streaming services were picking. They were picking. None of them wanted it.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Did he make something?
No, I'm saying he was developing the project as of 2016, and he had been talking about doing the sequel ever since the first movie was released. He wanted to do a sequel.
But I'm saying if you're trying to do a sequel, like I don't think anybody wanted it during that time, though.
If nobody wanted it, hey, it's whatever. Here's another one for you. The sequel to his 1998 film was going to be called Bullworth 2000.
Nah,
and it said this would have continued where the first film, and it said it continued where hold on, let me finish. It said it continued where the first film ended by satirizing the 2000 presidential election.
No. Warren Beatty has high concept ideas. I just think after Dick Tracy, to me, again, passion project that it won the Academy for those, things that it got. I think it also got best original screenplay, I believe. So I get it. And like I said, you get the passion, and like I said, it made its money, but from what I remember, the studios basically were like, well, it didn't make Batman 89 money, so what the fuck?
He wanted to do a movie on Liberace.
Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute, he wanted to make a Liberace movie?
Yeah, he did. He was going to have Robin Williams play Liberace. Justin Timberlake was going to play, Scott Torson?
Fuck out of here.
I'm dead serious. And Oliver Platt was going to be Liberace's manager.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
what was this?
Okay. That's okay.
This was, oh, wait, hold on.
What year was this? Is this Justin Timberlake and Mickey Mouse Club era?
Hold on. This is Torson's memoir was eventually made into an HBO TV movie in 2013. So he was, and Johnny Depp was going to play Liberace's drug addicted plastic surgeon.
No, that's a Johnny Depp thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just
Seymour Heller and Michael C. Hall was going to play Torson, Torson's first lover. Shirley MacLaine was going to be Liberace's mother.
Sir, two things about Dick Tracy too as well. Number one, the typical 90s villain death of falling into the void of black.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I love it. So 90s, 80s, couldn't get enough of
Sir,
Bishop and Juice. No, Q.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
No. First of all, Chris, you're all wrong. Bishop's death was just straight up
into the dark. You might have heard a thud.
Tupac literally doing the geese, the freaking geese Howard. Whoa!
Except he didn't smile.
I lied. It just cut off.
No sound effect.
My man, Captain, big boy.
Captain, no splash. That will never not be funny. Pete
Disney comedy right there. 10 out of 10.
It won best art direction. It was up for best supporting actor, Pacino. It won best art director. Nominated for best cinematography, best costume design. It won best makeup, won best original song. It was up for best original sound.
Okay. Yeah.
It won, but it won 3 Academy Awards. So yeah.
But man, the whole fucking woman on the railroad fucking trap for fucking Tess, squish her hair in the gears.
He literally tied her to a cog.
Dog. The only thing that was missing was doom 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 doom. That was the only thing that was missing.
That and suddenly Al Pacino grew a super curly mustache.
Tracy, it was a trap. Somebody set me up. Who we set up?
This was a trap. I set it up. I did not kidnap this woman. Someone is trying to set me up.
Little did we know it was the precursor to the question. No face.
Yeah, no.
It's me, the question. Make sure he's there to
Quado, on the other hand, apparently had a second life as No Face in Dick Tracy. So.
I did like the idea of No Face, and then you find out, oh, surprise, it was Madonna's character.
Yeah, because she, I guess, was pissed off that he killed her BFF at the beginning. that she was revolted by because he slurps the shit out of some fucking oysters.
That he did.
God damn! Even I would have been like, you know what? I don't even want these motherfucking oysters. Jesus.
You know what?
Hold on.
Take mine. I
got a line for you. I got a line for you, Eris. There was one Napoleon, one Washington, one me. I love that line. That's a ball. That's a ball.
I wish Al Pacino. It's weird how they do that whole supporting actor. I'm like, he was really the main actor in a way, if you think about it, because Warren Beatty didn't feel like he really had to do any heavy lifting acting.
Well, when he
because you had to deal with
this. No, when you got Pacino running around again, copping fields, slapping Madonna a few times throughout this movie. I mean,
I love how he was slapping the shit out of her mid-station.
No, straight yeet slapping, by the way. All those showgirls.
Don't move. Not for you. Not for you when you would stay alive. A woman. I would have been humiliated by a woman. God. That's the way I see it. And Plato agrees with me.
I like this. Dick Tracy
is it there? There? What is? And then there was what would be.
I mean,
no grief for lips. I'm wearing black underwear. You know, it's legal for me to take you down to the station and sweat it out of you. Like sweat you out of your underwear, like under the lights. I sweat a lot better in the dark.
Way to lay it on there thick.
I mean, the thirst was so real.
Well, you know, Tess was kind of feeling some way when she was tonguing down Dick Tracy. So, you know, hey.
Hey, hang on a second. Big Boy Caprice AD, I got one for you. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm having a thought. Oh, yes. I'm going to have a thought. It's coming. It's gone.
Nah, you know what got me?
Welcome to D's life on a normal basis.
I was like, wait, that was dialogue. That was acted.
I'm going to tell you what.
Hold on. It waits by the tracks. It waits by the tracks where the train of destiny must run. Run into the future. Breaking shackles of the past. Forget the past. Our limitations. Our shackles. Put them behind you. Put them behind you forever, Tess. Can't you see I love you?
You know what, guys? See y'all. So y'all quoting all that. So you quoting y'all both. Y'all. Yeah. Nah. You want to talk acting to me? Y'all will laugh at this. My man spills the coffee and is dripping to the lights, and he's silent, but he's still acting.
You can hear him. You can hear him go, "We're being bugged. We are being bugged." Hold on. Wait a minute. My man picked up the phone and act like he was
I swear that was acting.
Man, I swear he should have won. Oh my God!
When Al goes for
this is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Wait a minute. Gangster's car blows up. Very upsetting.
Sound like fucking Vince McMahon and shit. Like very upsetting.
Police brutality, boys.
Police
brutality, boys. And this is the fifth time. Lucky for me, I don't bruise easily. Mr. Caprice, do you intend to take legal action against the city for false arrest? Why should I blame the city for something one man is doing? This Tracy character's unstable. The city should get rid of him. You mean if you don't get rid of him first? Who said that?
Like my man just turned around and walked out.
How your man just turned around. Like, yeah, who did say that shit? Like,
I don't know who said that shit.
Okay, Aaron. I was going to say, yes, Al Pacino should have won. No, he shouldn't have. You know who won? You know who won the best supporting actor?
Who?
What makes you so funny? Because you're funny. No. Craig, no. Hold on, Chris. He's a big boy. He can talk.
No, Anthony. It's like, no, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What you say? Funny how? How am I funny?
He's just funny.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? You're just funny.
No, I don't know. You said it. How am I funny?
Get the fuck out of here.
I love what the fuck makes me so funny.
It was when he said, hold on, okay, hold on, let me get this straight, because maybe I got it, I'm a little fucked up here. All right, funny how? Funny exactly how? Like, what am I? I'm a clown, I amuse you, I'm here to make you laugh. Is that what I am?
What the fuck makes me so funny?
Tell me.
Hold on. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I had him, didn't I? I had him. He's like, I worry about you, Henry. You might fold on the questioning.
Yeah, the right person won. The white person won.
Yeah,
Joe Pesci deserved it 10 times over.
Like D said earlier, like, this Dick Tracy soundtrack was a Madonna album, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, similar. And this is and you can say the same thing when it comes to Top Gun. That was just Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, it was Kenny Loggins.
It was all same thing goes with Caddyshack. Caddyshack 1 and 2. It's just a Kenny Loggins album. It really is. So back then it was really like that. Whatever.
You know who else? I think had fun with this movie throughout the whole production?
Who?
Good old Mumbles, Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman just came to act.
I mean, I don't think I ever saw anybody fold over unfiltered tap water. By the way,
like, what is it? He's like, get him out of here, right? Look back at the end of the movie, and he's like, "You gonna tell us what's going on, Mumbles?" And then he started talking ish. I love how your boy Bubble.
Then when he said Big Boy did it, when he replayed it back, it said Big Boy did it. And he was like,
Big Boy.
My man, he actually had a deciphering machine.
I loved how at the end of it. Wait. I'll tell you everything. He's going to be down at the. I'm like, I got to be real with you. Dustin Hoffman did this on his off day.
He really did.
He was the
Gilbert
best
Gottfried as Mumbles would have been interesting.
He would have been unhinged.
All right, I talk. He's down the street.
No, because think about it. Think about every scene where Mumbles is literally mumbling. Can you imagine? No, can you imagine, honestly, just hearing nothing but Iago trying to mumble?
You know what? Better yet, we didn't have Gilbert Gottfried for this. I'm glad he didn't get.
Oh
boy! If they made this today, guaranteed. Stephen Buscemi would be somebody in this movie. I don't know who. He would have been somebody.
If you did this now, where we're at with Hollywood people, there is definitely some old veterans that would have been on this and stuff. And your ass, George Clooney would have been a part of this shit.
I heard the person Chris. I heard the person that's going to beat Dick Tracy is one of the most famous actors in Hollywood right now. And he's going, it's going to be Chris Pratt. It's going to be Chris Pratt.
Hey D, I have one more quote.
They gonna give this.
I got one more quote for you. I got one more quote for you. A man without a plan is not a man at all. Nietzsche.
Swear to God, these goddamn quotes have me like, bro.
No bull crap. No bull
I really
crap.
need just a full list. I need a full list in audio form of Al Pacino just doing quotes.
Now,
all's fair in love and business. Benjamin Franklin.
Do you know why we love him? Do you want to know why we love him? Because he is a man that questions his actions. Do you know another villain who questioned his actions? A man that did this. Yes. And soon we will know we soon know where those Maximals are at. Wait a minute. No, we must not go down there. We must find another way. We loved it because Megatron constantly questioned himself. That's what he always went. Yes. But the more interesting part when you go, no. We should not do that because he's actually thinking it. I like when he thinks it. We're getting that on a different level.
I like it. D, I like it. No, D, I like it when he thinks it over. When he goes, No.
Yeah, exactly.
Because guys,
Tevin,
if you ain't for the
Tevin.
people, you can't buy the people. Lincoln.
That's another good one.
These are bars that we getting. These are true bars that we are getting.
Full on bars.
Trump wishes he could have these bars.
Tevin, my wife was saying that as we was watching the movie. Yes, I think John Hamm will be perfect as Dick Tracy.
I would say, let me see. Earth 752. John Hurt is Dick Tracy.
I will also say this, and yes, they're meeting up again because they were co-stars with each other. Bring in my girl Christina Hendricks playing somebody.
Sir.
Christina Hendricks. With off rip, Christina Hendricks is going to be what's her name?
Tess, right?
Yeah, she'd have been Tess.
It's bringing them back together off of Mad Men. But yeah, I would do that.
Thought about that. You do Dick Tracy now, and they want to go young. One of the fucking Skarsgårds.
I don't think you would get a Skarsgård to do it. I don't think none of the Skarsgårds would be good for this. Now, that being said, I do think Bill can play one of the bad guys, but I don't know who. I really would.
Just can't have a Rock 8 abs on the set here. You can't do that.
It's not going to be Rock 8. It won't be the Rock with 8 abs, CJ. But we will get a gun kata fight with Yayan.
Yeah.
You know what?
Of course.
Yayan in the Dick Tracy movie.
Do you know what I actually see doing this? And I'm not even playing with you, Glenn.
First of all, how did he get there?
Your boy, I'm gonna mess up his last name because I'm blanking on his last name. Your boy Dennis from Always Sunny. He could play somebody in this movie. I wouldn't know who, but it would be a comedy spot. Like I could see him playing Flat Top.
Key 88.
Like I could see you putting
88 keys.
88 keys.
Yeah. You can see
the fucking names, man. God damn.
I can really legit see Dennis off of Always Sunny playing somebody in this joint. I would actually also say probably Charlie Day, but not Charlie Day.
I'm gonna bring in something that I always thought was interesting. D, you and I watch a lot of Looney Tunes cartoons. Do you remember when Daffy Duck was going through the books on the shelf? And inside of each book, this is like when the bookstore was closed and everybody that was on the cover of the book, came to life. And I remember when he went through the Dick Tracy portion of that cartoon, we saw the following villains that I would love to see brought in as like a crazy crossover. You had Doubleheader. I
fucking remember this now. Core memory unlocked.
Holy crap. Doubleheader, Neon Noodle.
Let's stop talking.
No, let me finish.
Stop talking. Let me finish. You said the best person.
No, I know. Neon Noodle. Now let me finish.
Done.
No, let me finish. Neon Noodle. Pumpkinhead. Literally, there was a dude named Pumpkinhead. Pickle Puss. Batman, a literal bat, an actual baseball bat named Batman.
It was like triple header or something.
No, it was double header. It was double header. Like double header. God, what was the other one?
Eraserhead.
Yeah.
No,
that's right. I'm gonna rub you out. See,
like the Eraserhead one. I don't even think he was even part of the Dick Tracy villain lineup. I don't think he was.
I don't know. Now, the character you were saying, they were based off of pulp villains and all of these junks where it would be some wacky shit like that. So,
Doubleheader and Neon Noodle. Literally, you know how expensive that would be to make a character named Neon Noodle?
Dude, Jukebox Jaw, though, bro.
Yeah, that's a name. That's a character, Jukebox Jaw.
It's like a James Bond villain, like the fucking Jaws and shit.
That sounds like
he the King Shark.
That sounds like a skeezer that hang out in the back of the jukebox.
First off, DC Comics is genius. You mean to tell me there's a motherfucker named King Shark that's just a talking shark that just beats? All right, cool. I'm dead. Yeah. I dig it.
And depending on who's writing it and directing it, literally eats people.
James Gunn, when he gave me King Shark in the Suicide Squad movie, I was like, you know me.
You win.
You know me.
I'm sorry.
You have 100% completed the game, James Gunn.
Yeah, you completed the game of life for me. King Shark? Goddamn. What a time.
I think, but yeah, for real, I think, yeah, man, Dick Tracy, man, we
It's a
had
time. It's a
had
time.
to listen.
You just had to. It's one of those movies you had to be there to really take in the fanfare. Like if you watch, it's like if you show this to a younger person, I think either A, they'll watch it and just shrug and be like, whatever, which totally understand. Or B, they probably would appreciate it, or B, they'll probably just clown it and just be like, what is this?
I found it. I found all the names, Chris. Mouse Man, Snake Eyes, 88 Teeth, Hammerhead, Pussycat, Batman, Doubleheader, Pickle Puss, Pumpkinhead, Neon Noodle, Jukebox Jaw, Wolfman, Flat Top, Rubberhead. Oh God, that was it.
You know what? Okay,
that was it.
Now it just reminded me. Okay, D knows this because I think me and him at the time talked about it. Do you remember that movie Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow?
Yes, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
That movie, I think what appealed to me about that movie is that it felt very Dick Tracy-ish. Because
I'll be honest with you. When I seen it, I didn't give it a good chance. Just real talk.
I watched it. It was a very much like Dick Tracy to me. It was a very high concept movie for what they were doing because they were trying to do throwback to those 1930s pulpy adventure stuff. But it also had like that for the 2000s high-end technology stuff. So it was like a very sort of like future-esque clean 1930s kind of look they were going for compared to like Dick Tracy, where it's like, yeah, even though this is on the studio lot, you kind of get the dirty aspect of LA for that time. I guess, that kind of.
Oh God. I got my reference mixed up. Literally Daffy was reading a Dick Tracy comic book and the episode was called the Great Piggy Bank Robbery.
Man, that's funny. That is funny. But yeah, man, like I said, I enjoy Dick Tracy. It's on Blu-ray. Get it if you want to. Yeah. So what we got next?
Chris. Chris, pick a number 1 to 10.
9.
Eris.
4.
It doesn't matter because Eris won it. I knew Eris was good. The second you said 9, like Chris, you just doomed yourself.
Lady Gaga's Breathless Mahoney.
Yeah, they definitely would have.
They would go for that. They would actually go for it.
She could sing.
She would go for that. God, which one am I doing again? All right. So we're doing a movie that also we've been told to do since the very, very, very beginning of 3 Black Geeks, because black people, we only got 6 movies you want to tell me to fucking do. And I said no to this movie many times not because it was a bad movie. I just didn't fucking want to do it. And I still don't want to do it. But here we are. Next week, we finally get to talk about 4 Brothers.
Yay. To kill Cornbread. He didn't do anything.
I don't feel like doing this movie.
I wanted unhinged.
Shut up, Eris.
Thank you.
Shut up.
That was Mark Wahlberg throughout that whole goddamn movie. No risk, no reward.
Oh my God.
Marky Mark stepped up.
I'm gonna ham it up in the most Boston way possible.
John Singleton went up to Marky Mark and said, "Can you go cowabunga it is on this movie?" And he said, "Challenge accepted."
So you mean the way I used to act like when I was up in Boston? Hell yeah, I can do it. But I'm not going to beat up an Asian guy no more. If you got in there, I can't beat up an Asian guy more. I'm not going to call him guy nigga either. But I do like saying nigga when I'm listening to the music. But hey, come on. Like, if I'm listening to your song, I'm going to say it. I'm going to fucking say it. What you
going to be honest with you?
Fucking say something to me? It's not going to happen, buddy. I'm a selfie. You're not about to get at me, bro.
Nah, I like listening to Gorillas in the Mist.
So what? So I'm listening to a little Ice Cube. I'm in the hood. I'm having a good time, right? Some guy coming in.
You want to know?
I say fucking nigga. I said nigga because I'm listening to Ice Cube.
You know the most racist thing?
Respect.
You know the racist thing about 4 Brothers? When Marky Mark is on that basketball court. No, when the Marky Mark is on that basketball court, all them black folks, I got the rock now. I got the rock now. I'm like, that is racist, sir.
Because Mark Wahlberg is racist.
You know the only thing that Mark Wahlberg needed to do in that
Mark
moment,
Wahlberg is racist.
You want to know what he needed to do in that moment, Chris?
Mhm.
He just needed to slap some grape soda out of a dude's hand that was just sitting there innocently watching the game. He was minding his own business watching the game. He just needs to walk.
Bad.
He just needs to walk right over. He sees the grape soda, smack it out of his hand.
No. First off, Aris.
Great. Or even better. Even better. Throw the basketball at him.
No. First off, sir. First off, sir. Grape soda is too predictable. It has to be a grape hug. You see. Grape hug.
It gotta be. No, it has to be.
No, it was actually. He was actually at a game. He was at a game. He could afford a grape soda. It wasn't a hug.
A bag of pork rinds.
This wasn't a pickup game in the parks, Chris. This was an actual.
A bag of pork rinds,
this was an actual court.
Sausage. A Rock Creek.
First off, you don't disrespect Rock Creek like that. I
don't do that.
I'm saying, look, you say ghetto, and I'm saying a ghetto meal that a whole lot of Shaquanas, Laquitas have fed themselves when they were pregnant. That have been feeding the youth of America.
Gross.
But yeah, we get to watch Unhinged, Marky Mark, and Andre 3000 trying to act serious, and yet somehow Tyrese end up acting over Andre 3000 in this movie in a weird way.
No, Chris, you want to know why?
When his love interest is one Sylvia Virga. I mean, come on.
And also,
definition of crazy.
Chris, look at me. Andre can't act.
Well, you know, people
he can play the flute.
Black.
He can play the hell out of some drums. He can play the guitar.
You know, black folks.
He can play that flute though.
But you know, black folks.
Him, Beyonce, Nas, T-Boz. Can't act.
But D, here's
Stop.
the thing. Black folks are gonna be on their necks now because they're gonna be like, but what about Idlewild? And I'm like, y'all, whatever. Okay.
And I love it when they try to bring up Idlewild. Y'all don't even like the soundtrack. What makes you no?
A conversation about to get lit up right now because he said that.
I don't like I really for real.
Be the most action conversation on the podcast.
They lie. They lie so much on Andre. That's their way of trying to sound smart. As a real Outkast fan, I see so many fake wannabe Outkast fans because they think I like Andre, therefore I'm a little bit deeper because he like says like the zodiac in his zodiac signs in his song, so therefore he's deep.
You know who's a bad actor? You know who's a bad actor that's a rapper that's better than Andre 3000? Common.
Common's good. Common actually is a decent actor. I'm not even joking about it. He's actually a pretty decent actor.
So
he didn't do bad fighting either.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Like next time we'll be back with Attack of the Puppet People. I'm sorry, I meant Four Brothers.
Is that a rat?
That's a dog.
That's a dog. Supposed to be a dog. About to night, dog. Anyways, good night, people.
Dog's dying, man.